Your heart races, your muscles tense up, your breathing gets shallow. You are experiencing the exact physiological markers of an imminent physical attack, but you're not being chased by a predator. You're just waiting for your turn to speak in a meeting, or staring at your phone waiting for a text back. There is a massive disconnect happening inside you. You are sitting perfectly still at a desk in a climate-controlled room, yet your body is flooding your bloodstream with adrenaline, preparing you for a life or death struggle. This happens because your brain runs a quiet, relentless background program. It operates completely beneath your conscious thoughts, and it doesn't care about your career goals, your happiness, or your success. It only asks one binary question over and over: am I safe? That hyper-vigilant system kept our ancestors alive in a prehistoric environment where the stakes were high and physical dangers were everywhere, but it never evolved for the modern world. The exact biological mechanism that kept you alive in the forest is now the same system causing you to hesitate, to avoid risks, and freeze up in everyday life. Inside the brain, we trace this reflex to a specific anatomical source, a small, almond-shaped cluster called the amygdala. This biological alarm system is engineered for extreme speed, triggering a reaction before your conscious brain even registers what you're seeing. The evolutionary logic here is brutally simple. If you hear a rustle in the bushes, reacting instantly to a false alarm costs you a few calories. Pausing calmly to analyze whether it's a tiger or the wind costs you your life. Because a single missed threat in the wild meant a 0% chance of passing on your genes, your brain developed a massive bias for false alarms. It prefers to be wrong and alive. Humans have largely moved out of the wild and into cities, yet we still carry around an alarm system tuned for the prehistoric forest. To the amygdala, a looming deadline, a critical email, or the threat of social rejection all look like that rustling bush. It cannot distinguish between physical danger and social discomfort, so it triggers a full-blown survival response to minor inconveniences. Fortunately, the brain has a counterbalance. At the front of your skull sits the prefrontal cortex, the center for rational thought, logic, and long-term planning. This rational sector fully grasps the context of your life. It knows that flubbing a presentation won't result in you being eaten, and that taking a calculated risk can lead to opportunity. But there is a biological flaw. The rational prefrontal cortex processes information slower than the survival-driven amygdala. When detecting a threat, the amygdala fires an intense alarm that hijacks the process, physically blocking your prefrontal cortex from finishing its assessment. This explains why your mind goes blank when you step onto a stage, why you overthink minor interactions, and why you might say things you regret during a stressful argument. A loss of control during panic is the result of a fast biological system executing its primary programming with absolute precision. You cannot permanently shut off or suppress your survival system. Even if you could, you wouldn't want to. It's exactly what you need to hit the brakes if a car swerves into your lane. But you can manage the modern anxiety it creates by leveraging your conscious awareness to force a pause right as those physical panic symptoms begin. The next time your heart starts racing over an email or a meeting, ask yourself one specific binary question. Is this situation actually dangerous, or is it just uncomfortable? Asking this question serves a mechanical function. It acts as a manual delay. You are literally buying the seconds required for your slower prefrontal cortex to finish processing your environment. Once your rational brain comes fully online and confirms there is no physical threat, the amygdala's alarm naturally starts to power down, dropping your heart rate and easing the tension in your muscles. Modern personal growth requires stepping into the unknown. Because your brain fears uncertainty, taking those steps will almost always feel like physical danger. By understanding the mechanical difference between a real threat and temporary discomfort, you override your biological defaults. You stop reacting to false alarms, and fear becomes an actionable choice rather than a paralyzing force.